Hello, Tigers. This is April ESL Talks, and how many times do you hear this in your classroom? I don't know. Like, how do you not know? So anyway, this week, I just want to give you a tool to help our students know what to say instead of I don't know, because this is not acceptable. In August, we talked about using random selection in our classrooms to increase participation, to hold all students accountable for actively participating in class, and to give our ELL students the opportunity to use the language. So we want everyone to participate, but we also want to give our students the tools that they need to do so successfully. So this is just one tool in my toolbox that I wanted to share. I love it. I usually introduce this at the first of the year, or when I get a new student, I'll kind of go over it as you do with most rules. And at this point in the year, it might be appropriate just to pull an individual student or a small group of students and say, hey, I've kind of heard this a lot, and I want to help you be able to be more successful in class. So I'm not accepting this anymore, but here's what you can do. Okay, so what to say instead of I don't know. Number one, always you can ask me to repeat the question. Would you please repeat the question? Sometimes a student just might need a little extra processing time, and hearing the question again or in a different way can just give them what they need to be able to participate. Number two, may I please have some time to think? This is important for our EL students to know to ask for this, and for us to know that this is a valid need. As our students are hearing the language in English, often processing it, translating it into their native language, then thinking of their answer in their native language, and then translating it back into English to be able to respond. So if students ask for this, sure, I'll be back to you in 30 seconds or 1 minute, and make sure that you do go back and ask them the question again. Number three, may I ask a friend for help? I love this because when my students use this, they can't just turn and go to their friend and wait for the answer. They have to ask the question to their friend. So they're thinking of the question in an even deeper way. And so, yeah, I love this. They ask the question, their friend explains to it, and then they put it in their own words and are able to answer the question. And last, may I please have some information? This would be the student asking the teacher for more information. The teacher may be making a connection to how you learned this or practiced it in class, and that might turn the light bulb on for the student to be able to successfully answer the question. So, again, this might be appropriate if this sounds like something that you think that your whole class could benefit from, to introduce it to your whole class. I will attach in the email a couple of freebies that I got off of Teacher Pay Teacher that you could display in your classroom or make a poster. And I'll also put a link to these smaller cards that I made. Maybe you want to just have this conversation with one or two students or a small group of students and give them their own personal card to put in their planner, in their binder, and just to remind them that this is a tool that they can use to be able to successfully participate in class, and this is not going to cut it. Have a great week.